So do you want to know what the front looks like after a scalp and a few mows? I may even bring you back here and show you what the back looks like after all that fungus control. Stick around, I'm going to show you what it all looks like. All right, folks, well, as you guys know, we scalped the lawn a couple of weeks ago, and I've actually gotten a couple of mows in, and so I wanted to show you what it all looks like after all of the rain and then all of the mowing that we've done. We raised the height of cut from 3/8 of an inch up to a 1/2 an inch. So this is what it looks like right now. Say hello to my wife and her little friend over there. So yeah, it's looking really, really good. We still see a little bit of recovery, a little bit of brown, but overall, I think it's doing really well. Like I said, we're up to a 1/2 an inch. And then even right here, where we went all the way down to bare dirt, we are looking really good. So you can see lots of green. And I'll show you guys, I'll see if I can go back and take a look at the grass a couple weeks ago. And then even our strip of grass right there is looking really nice. So we're gonna give it a nice mow today again, and so I'll show you what that looks like in a minute, but let me show you what the back looks like, especially after all of that fungus control that we've been dealing with lately. And unfortunately, I'm not quite done with all of that fungus control just yet, so let's take a look. So yeah, it's looking green, and I mean, from a distance, it looks good. And unlike last year's fungus, where pretty much all of this got devastated, it's a bit thin up there, and I'll show you that here in a second. But where we really got killed last year was in this area. And so I think we were able to salvage most of it. When we get a little bit close here, so like right there, you see kind of a light patch there. And then there's a couple of light patches there, but it's not spreading. So I think we're good there. And then right there is a patch as well. And it's thin, but it's not bad. So I think we are in good shape. I was a little bit worried that it was gonna look bad, but I think we're good. And then when we get over here, this is a little bit of fungus, but it's also pee spots. This is where my dog loves to just pee. So we end up getting a lot of junk in there. But this was the other area that got completely devastated last year. And as you can see, it's looking pretty good. When you get close, it's thin, but it was thin before the fungus. So I think we are in good shape. I've got additional fungus control that I'm gonna be putting down here soon. We're not gonna talk about it today. We just want to show you what the lawn looks like. So let's get to mowing, and I'll show you guys what this all looks like after we're all done with that mow. Well, we finished the back, and I'm pleasantly surprised because I was a little bit worried with what the damage was from all of the fungus, but it looks like we are okay. We are pretty safe. So let me show you. So other than like right in this area here is a little thin, and like I said over there, I showed you guys all that. And it's thin over there too, but that's pretty typical just because when it rains, it comes off the roof, it lands over here, and it just kind of washes out all this stuff. And so I got to continue to build that up. Every year I put more stuff in, and every year it drags out. But that's okay. So other than that, it looks pretty amazing. Back in here, we had put in Bermuda, was a leftover from the front. So I filled it in with some fescue. And so it grows out. And then we've got fescue, we got Bermuda. And then over here, we have pretty much all fescue. And I think most of the perennial is gone at this point because of the heat. But looks really nice. I'm happy. Again, lots of water right there. Nothing we can do about that. And I'm pretty sure that's just dog spots. Not much I can do about making my dog pee somewhere else, but it's all good. But looks good. This is like the first year that I'm going into June where it doesn't look like it's dying. And, you know, knock on wood, it stays good, because right now it looks good. Anyway, let's go to the front. All right, well, we are done with the front. Let's take a look. I think it looks pretty good. All right, so we got some stripes. You can see there's still a little bit brown. It's still recovering. But if you look above, we've got some rain coming. We got a lot of rain coming, so I think that's gonna be good for the lawn. But overall, I think we are in good shape. Still struggling a little bit with some clover right there. And that is one issue that I have right there. And that's the only place really with the clover. And then the other one is right here, which is a bunch of oxalis or wood sorrel, a bunch of different names. And it's basically coming from the flower beds right in there. And then it's kind of where we see this this discoloration, like the brown, it's actually red. And that's what that oxalis is. Now, unfortunately, the ortho weed be gone, it's either the gray cap or the black cap, the one that's meant for oxalis. It is not safe for Bermuda, so I can't use it in this lawn. I used the orange cap in the back to take care of a lot of this stuff, but unfortunately it's not gonna work. So I'm back to using the T-zone, which is gonna be pretty effective. And you can't use that very much throughout the year, but since I have just a little bit, I'm gonna do a little bit of spot spraying, both back in that area back there where I have the oxalis and for the little bit of clover that I have left. And I'm probably not gonna do that as my next video. I don't know. It'll be the next video or the one after that. But that's what we're left with. But overall, as you can see over my shoulder, it's looking great. I mean, both the front and the back, I think we've got control over the fungus. We're gonna keep on that schedule. We'll talk a little bit about the difference between group 3 and group 11 fungicides on my next video or the one after that, depending on how I wanna do this. But stay tuned for that. We've got quite a bit going on with that. Learn a bunch of stuff and just wanna share that with you guys in case you're dealing with the same types of things. So with that, that is a review of my lawn. That's where we're at. I think we're pretty good shape for this time of the year. We're about to start getting really hot. In fact, the last 2 years, the first couple weeks of June were pretty brutal. So I'm totally expecting us to get warm here. And when I say warm, I mean like hot, because it's warm now. Obviously, I'm sweating to death right now, but we're gonna get hot. And so we're gonna make sure that we have everything dialed in, the fungicide, make sure that we've got plenty of nutrients going into the lawn, plenty of nitrogen. We do have some nitrogen coming up. I think we're almost at 4 to 6 weeks. I need to look at my calendar. And then, so that's coming up as well. But as long as we've got stuff growing, it really offsets a lot of the fungus issues that we've been dealing with. And of course, pushes up all that green, which is what we're trying to do here since we did all that scalping. Now, I am gonna scalp it again pretty soon, simply because we're gonna be putting down some sand. Got 2 yards of sand coming in here at the end of June, but we're still in the first couple days of June right now, so I'm not even thinking about that just yet. I'm gonna do that in last week of June, beginning of July, just depending on when I can make it work into the calendar and into the schedule. Obviously, it's probably the worst time of the year for you to be working on heavy projects like that, like sand, and we'll have to do some aeration up here and all that, but it is what it is. I love Bermuda, and Bermuda takes a little bit of this work, so that's what we're gonna be doing. So with all that, if you have any questions or if you have any comments, if you see anything that I'm not doing to your liking, please feel free to comment down below. Or if you have questions, like I said in the last video, I'm happy to Google it for you or look it up if you have any questions. But happy to learn from you guys and happy to teach whatever little bit that I know as a homeowner of a lawn. Obviously, as a homeowner, I'm doing okay. Not everybody is as psycho about their lawns as I am, so stay tuned for all the crazy stuff that we do here. So if you like this video, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe if I've earned your subscription, and if you want to be notified of future videos, don't forget to hit that bell. We'll see you on the next one. Have a great week, everybody.